All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CLC Paint YouTube channel. I am Chase Corrington, and we're going to continue going on this purple midnight sky. Easy, super easy. Watch the first part if you didn't already. Super easy, but we're just going to go into the trees here and see what we end up doing. I took the last bit, you can see here in the corner, took the last bit of the blue, scraped it up with a knife, and spread it right here, as you can see. Let's turn that. Yeah, see it there? Now what I'm going to do is spread that out. Maybe we'll keep it that way so you can see. Taking this brush, the canvas is so dry. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to turn out, but we will take what we get and have fun with it. I'm just spreading that blue so it's a bit more even when we put our river in there. All right. Now we'll just use this same brush here because we're going to make some sharper trees up there. I think, do we want to use green, black, phthalo green? Yeah, maybe a little phthalo green. It's a blue green. It's a beautiful green. We'll see how it comes out. We're gonna put it up here where our purple was, just a bit, not too much. And maybe we'll take, so we put a little pile of phthalo green there. Hope you're having a good day, by the way. Hope it's nice wherever you are. If it's not, hope you're comfy. Got something nice to drink. So we're going to mix the phthalo green right into the midnight black there. Just pulling straight through because we want the brush to be sharp, so we pull flat both ways. Now if your paint's really wet, I don't know if it'll work as good because I got some pretty thick paint going on right here. I usually leave it on there, you know, a day or so. I'll do the first painting and then continue using the paint that's on the palette, and it ends up being thicker and dry. And you can get these kind of textures going on with a lot drier paint. If it's really wet, it'll just smear totally. All right. So we're taking it vertically. We're going to come in and decide where we want a tree. That one's there. Another one there. Another one there. And we're going to reload every time the brush runs out of shape. Or it gets too thick. And we're just pretty much putting some trees in there. Let me give you a sideways angle so you can see. Pushing against with the tip of the brush and letting it slide down. And then I kind of touch it up as I feel I need to. And if you're satisfied with them, then that's a miracle. Because it's hard to be satisfied with them. So now I'm pushing in and pulling up to get thicker trees. Yeah, so you can see them now sticking up there. Thicken up that background. Get some more phthalo green. I'm going to tap some of that phthalo green down here underneath, because that's where our grassy areas are going to be. We're going to want that to blend with the yellow. We're going to use yellow And up here in the distance, it'll be a smaller area. And then as it comes across and gets closer to us, the area of grass will be bigger. Now we'll get some of the midnight black, reload it. We got to make at least a couple noticeable trees like that guy. And if you really want to, you can just load the top corner back and forth. Because that's really what you're using there. This is the top corner. Now the key here is you want to avoid having single ones by themselves. Like if the telephone poles, you know, electrical poles, if you have exactly the same with exact same distance apart, it looks so unnatural that it doesn't even look like trees. So be careful of that. See, I'm going down and up. And then if you want to smooth them out, just do a quick flip the brush sideways, push in, and quickly pull up. But you don't want to destroy your mountain. So be careful when you're doing that. All right, get some more paint here. The more paint you load into the brush, the easier all of this will be. That's something I found out. A lot of times I'm using way too little paint and it makes it hard to create the shapes. If you have a ton of paint in your brush, the shapes will happen. The shapes will happen. All right. I'm just going to pull up from the bottom to make it look like trunks when you look closely. Make some bushes. Pull that up. Maybe we'll grab a touch of white. I'm going to grab a little bit of white with the knife and set it in a different spot on the palette. Whoa, that was like blue white. We'll use it anyway. We'll see what happens. Could be cool. What I'm going to do is make a little light area at the bottom of these trees. So I'm going to set it right over here, pull through it, and we'll just use that and see what happens. Careful, don't push hard. Just a soft up pull at the bottom of the trees. And the white is blending with the colors on the canvas, giving us a beautiful dark green glow. Nice. I like that. And then if it's too bright for you, you flip the brush back over the dark side and come over it a couple times. I like that so much. I'm gonna highlight one of my trees, a couple of them maybe even. Pull that down into the color. It's incredible. Nice. All right. Now that we got a little glow going on back there, light and dark playing on each other, we're gonna put, maybe we'll put just another row of dark bushes underneath of that, right? Kind of separate it, blend it in, and then we're gonna do cadmium yellow grass all the way in this area. So I grab that. Gotta use some power to open that guy. My hairs are going crazy. Just get a little bit of that. I'll usually squeeze it just a bit out and then There, you can see that. And then cap back on. Careful if there's oil. Sometimes you want them more oily though. Just depends what happens. Maybe we'll use a clean brush. So I'm gonna go grab this guy. Do we want to use a fan brush or a 1-inch? Let's keep using the fan brush, keep it simple. So if you only have one, clean your other one off real quick, or you can just wipe it on a paper towel, but your yellow will disappear fast. So it's better to have a clean brush. And you load that up both sides, like so. And we can choose, are we going to push up or down? I think we'll push up. So I'm going to start far left over here, right where the bottom of our trees is. Just going to push it up, push it up. And see, the brush is changing colors because what's on the canvas is getting picked up. So then once you get that, the mid-tone, you work underneath of your highlight. Right, see that? Now you got the highlight at the top and then the mid-tone underneath. Beautiful. And then you flip the brush over and do another area, or you can reload. So what I'm going to do is wipe the dark side of the brush on the paper towel here. Beautiful green color. So kind of cleaned it off. And I'm going to reload into our yellow. So at least it's somewhat yellow on both sides. Although keep in mind that'll turn your pile of yellow green, as you can see there in the corner. All right, let's keep going with this. This is beautiful here. Keep the background like it is. Maybe we got another layer of highlights coming along here. Dun, 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 dun. And then they kind of stop there. Give them an extra little touch. Maybe these ones back here come down that direction. And then I'm going to take the green, the mid-tone, press that in a bunch. That color, these yellows and greens just stand out remarkably on the black canvases. And that's what makes this so fun. All right, so we're running out of yellow up there. This is what our brush is looking like now. So we're also running out of those peak highlights. So maybe we'll have a little layer coming, oh yeah, coming down that direction like that. And give him a mid-tone underneath. And then we'll have one more layer of highlight coming down here to the front, pushing extra hard to get it out of the brush. But see how we created a dip in the land there? And then back there is the furthest. I really like how that came out, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Don't overdo it. Just add in a final little corner spot here, because next we're going to do some dirts. Instead of dirt, I like to call it the plural dirts. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Oh no. Luckily that was a clean knife. Now I'm going to pick up whatever's left of that. Pile it. Grab it in one sweep. Smash it on the canvas. And we call it good. All right, now. Now we'll need some brown. Whatever kind of brown you want to use. You can find it. I personally prefer a warmer brown. This is burnt umber here. I don't have the dark sienna. It's been a while, I think, since I've had dark sienna. Just put a pile of brown out over there. I'll show you how big. So right there, that one, just a little tiny pile of brown. I'm gonna grab some of that on the knife. Maybe I'll flatten it out. So you like pick it up and then smear it, and then you can scrape it to get a better roll. Good thing we've seen the red there. Gotta wipe that off. All right. Yeah, I gotta roll like that on the edge of the knife. And right at the bottom of our grass here, we're leaving this little corner here blank on purpose. So keep that in mind. We're gonna put a big tree. Big tree will be there. And so I like to do it at this angle or that angle, because when you highlight it, it makes it look like the land is kind of flat. See that? And then whenever you need to, just grab another roll. Another roll of paint. The thicker, the more texture you'll get. Or you can just smear it on there very flat. It's up to you. It's very free. The art of Zen. Zen and the art of painting. There we go. And then we're going to kind of want to make it like, I like to make like a couple of dirts going up into the grass up there. And this side's got some big old hills going on. Now, see, that's kind of got a downward angle. Everything's got this angle. It's kind of opposite what the mountains are doing. And the trees, they're supposed to get smaller going that way. I kind of made them even height. If you make these trees over here bigger, it'll make it look like those ones are further away. Maybe let's do that real quick, just to do it. Let's make this guy a little bigger, right? He's got a friend there. Yeah. See? I don't know if that did something for you, but definitely makes a difference. Now, clean the knife. You get some clean white. A lot of my whites end up partially blue. Get some clean white. Mix it with a tiny bit of brown. See that? And then mix that around on the palette. We'll do it over here. So you mix it together and you get just a partially brownish white, and it's marbled. And then you'll let that blend with the pure brown that's on there. Remember, move at the angle you want the dirt going. That was a bit thick there, so I'm going to fix that up. Ding. And so you could do it as dark or as light as you want it to be. See, I got blue in that spot right there. That's pretty bright. We'll keep it. Looks crazy. Looks like the light's just catching on it right there. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm liking that. Now, This next part's probably the easiest part, if all of this hasn't been the easiest so far. That's what I love about this. It's super easy, but the results are incredible. Unbelievable. All right, now we're gonna go into pure white again. Got too much there. See how big that is? That's too much. So I should look at the camera more often. But if you're getting value, smash the like button, consider subscribing, leave a comment, let me know. This is fun, ladies and gentlemen. All right, take a little smaller roll of white, and we're going to smear it across our blue area there. That's why we put everything where we did. I'm going to move this closer to me. And you just smear it across, back and forth, look. See that? You just smear it. Look at how amazing. And then wipe your knife off if you want to. Quick little roll again. Just be careful with the brown, because you can take brown all the way down to here, and we want to keep it blue. So keep your brights up at the top, and then if you get brown like I did there, see, just barely, clean that knife off. Reload just a tiny bit of white. And just scrape it back and forth, let it play. Let the water decide where it wants to live. Boom. Literally a river. It's unbelievable what you can do on this canvas with minimal effort. Minimal effort. I got some brown there, so I'm gonna keep it right up here towards the rocks or the dirt. Nice. I'm liking that. See how that's really white there? I'm just gonna scrape over it a few times and it'll turn blue. And I can kind of rub it more, and the more you rub it, the more it'll disappear. But see how that kind of looks weird compared to the rest of it? So we're just gonna grab a tiny bit of, a bit more paint and just keep going. Now, if you have this whole bottom area covered in blue, you could do literally the whole bottom of the canvas like this and just call your painting done. Back when I first started, I did that a lot. I would just finish the whole bottom half of the canvas with water and call it good. And it makes you feel good. It's awesome. There we go. There we go. Even that out. And yeah, get that water on there. It's just stunning. Stunning. I'm telling you. Side angle, straight on there. It's crazy the way this camera messes around with the light. Dun, dun, dun. I'll be listing this on clcoilpainting.com and my Etsy shop once it dries, so if you want to own it, check the description below. All right, what next? Big trees? Yeah, we gotta do some big old trees. Gotta do some big old trees. And we're gonna need some more paint because we're almost out there, but I did like the midnight black and the phthalo green. So we're gonna do both of those. Midnight black. Where did I put it? There it is. Phthalo green. All same spot. This is gonna be some phthalo black trees. And take our dark fan brush. Just keep it with the fan brush. Keep it simple. We'll do our highlights with the other fan brush. All right. We're going to pull a huge pile of green, huge pile of midnight black. Whoa, the green is much more oily, but we're going to mix them together just using the brush. And there we go. Loaded that guy pretty thick. Let's choose. I got to glance at the other one back there. Here it goes back. Yeah, we'll just hide the river in the background there, I guess. That'll work. So this side, we're gonna have a pine tree, and he's gonna live in this area, down to like there, and go around. Just kind of getting ourselves an idea here. Maybe we'll just build him real quick. Reload the brush, take the corner. I'll give you a side view on this one. Start at the top, or to the left, to the right, to the left, back and forth, all the way down your beautiful tree. Reload right before you go over these other colors, so you got thick paint, because we want this tree to live in front of all that stuff. Flip the brush over, and there you go. And there's gonna be like bushes living right here, so it'll block our river off there, right? Maybe there'll be a path. Oh, whew. We're gonna have a nice little brown path coming down through there. And all these bushes going on in here. See, since all this is black pretty much already, it's almost taken care of for us. Where on a white canvas, you'd have to be filling all this in. Now let's get a bunch of phthalo green, because we're going to be doing some bushes down in here. So we're gonna want some phthalo colors happening. I think that's how we ended up with such beautiful greens back there. All right, you can just kind of smear it on. Give yourself some moisture there. Let's grab some more black now. Mix it with some phthalo green. We're going to do another tree on this side. Maybe we'll start off with the smaller one here. All right, he's kind of sideways guy. See, my brush picked up the green and the brown now. We got greens and browns playing in the brush, but that's just fine. All you want is your dark color to be thick enough to stand out over top, exactly like it's doing right here. There we go. Come put some thick presses back in there. And the texture makes it look the way. We'll have a stone down there. Loosen this up. Our canvas up there. Rest it on the edge. Press down. Tighten it up. And we've got a beautiful picture going on, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. You can kind of see the blue under there, can't you? You can make your river any size you want, really. I just kind of went with the flow here, going with the flow. There's some more phthalo. And the midnight black. I just go flip it over. That's how I'm loading it. All right, we're gonna have one final tree. Maybe he's gonna be a big, like, dead tree. Yeah, I like that. Or it could be a hangover guy. I like hangover guys a lot too. Big dead tree. He'll be like that tall. And he's got a curve. Comes down. Woo! Hopefully I didn't fling any paint. And he lives right down here off the side of the canvas there. Give him a little arm. Maybe we'll give him another little arm, sharpen the brush. That's what I'm talking about. That guy lives there. We'll give him some thickness to his bark. And not bad. All right. You know, let's do our path real quick. Maybe that'll give us a better feel for what's going on. So I'm going to take all the rest of the brown I got down here. Get my hands not wet but dirty. All right. Have to pull this guy closer. And maybe just straight across here. Gotta be able to use the knife vertically. And you just smear your path right. Take some of my color back and move it down. I do these across strokes because to me a path is kind of flat going up there, right? Get all the rest of the brown, even though I said that last time. It gets really wide at the bottom. At least my path does. You can make your path however you want. Now, let me turn this back and show you. You can barely see that, but yeah, there we go. See how the brown comes down? And we really haven't filled in much of these areas. That's just canvas still. Now, back to our white. Highlight color. And we're just going to do the same type of thing we did on the dirt in the background, but flat. So just work across and see it's picking up the phthalo. It's picking up our phthalo. That's fine with me, I don't mind. Hard because you gotta have the knife. Pull it straight across, let it break. Oh yeah. And then when we put bushes around that, see, it's gonna be incredible. Except it ended up green up there. Need to get a little more brown. We don't want a phthalo green path. There, we'll just stick with that. Stick with that. I want to put some white over there. Yeah. There we go. See, it's weird because the green's blending in with it. That's fine. We'll just leave it. We'll cover that up with bushes. Bushies. Little bushies. All right. Finish this painting up, which has been super fun. I'll throw another little pile of cad yellow. And I think I'm going to want some Indian yellow. There's a gold orange color, so beautiful. And that's a little more oily. Sorry about the lighting. All right, now back to our fan brush. Load it with some cad yellow. I'm gonna grab the oil from the Indian yellow. So we got like a oily green yellow going on. And we gotta do our bushes down here, right? Use the corner of the brush and smash yourself in some little bushy guys right there. Flip it over if you want, or just keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. Trying to keep the highlights up here right on the river. So it looks like the light's shining right on the edge there of the river. Boom. See? Then we'll let that green be the underneath color. We'll reload in a sec, but now I'm going to flip it over to the other side, see? And then maybe we'll do another layer of grass here. Down to the path there. Wipe my brush off on a paper towel, reload it. Grab some Indian yellow this time. Oh yeah. That'll give it a different feel. My brush is grabbing the brown there. It's going to end up in our grass. We'll just let it happen. Now we're going to wipe the brush off now. We ended up getting brown in our yellow pile there. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Another green layer there. See, at this point you can just slam it in there. I'm trying to keep it darker in the corners. Have kind of a vignette feel. There we go. Feels like it comes right down. It's beautiful. Definitely got a good nighttime feel. Now we're gonna get some more color. Work it right down here at the edge of the path. So it's kind of like there's some grassy things growing in on the path. Highlights. Nice. Man, that came out good. I'm gonna keep that dark spot right there. Don't want to kill all our darks. See, now that we got a worn down greenish yellow, quickly run my brush through some blue just to make sure it's real green. When I load this yellow on now, see, real green. And maybe I'll get some thicker paint so it'll actually go on. Highlights on the left side, keep that in mind. There we go. There we go. Reload when you need to. Make sure the paint's thick enough to come off the brush and thin enough, if that makes any sense. thick enough and wet enough to come off the brush. There we go. See, if it's the same color as the back, it'll blend right in. So I'm going to keep it subtle here. Ding. That's remarkable, folks. I'm telling you. I'm proud. Practice. Practice is the key. I'll let this one just take what it wants. Keeping the highlights on the certain side, that's the lightest. Yeah. Darkest at the bottom there is always a shadow. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you can call it a painting at any point you want, but right here we got to put a little more brown up on our tree, and maybe we'll use the Van Dyke brown this time. Maybe we'll just use the Van Dyke brown this time. I really appreciate you joining me if you've watched this whole length of this video, if you've supported the channel, if you've purchased one of my paintings. That's really the greatest way of support. Get a roll of the brown there. Just gonna put some bark. Put some bark on this guy. Make him a bit longer. Maybe he's gotta be real careful. You can do this with a little liner brush too if you want. I'm just making a add a couple little sticks to it. Get that thick brown though, that's what I want. Just like we did right down there. Okay. Oh yeah, so it pops off of that texture. We'll do one on that little branch. Maybe we'll just use what's on the knife. If it's tough for you, you can set the back of the knife down and then apply your color. That's a safer way to get her on there. And scrape it up, make him tall, maybe give him another little stick. And now, white, slightest, maybe not even, we'll take some white, grab some brown with that, mix those guys together on the palette, and then you can get your kind of medium brown color. That'll look totally white. There, like that. And that will mix, kind of pull it. It got a bit of the phthalo green in it. So that phthalo green is getting everywhere apparently. Running out of room. We'll give that a try. See, it's just pure white. Didn't happen the way I wanted it. I'm gonna try this again. Put a little brown by the white. A little white, mix it through the brown, keep it marbled, load the knife, pull across. There we go. See, you can do that accidentally. Made the bark real big. That's okay. We'll live with it, or we'll scrape it. Yeah, look at that. Scraped it. And clean that off. Grab a tiny bit more of that white, because we want it to go all the way up and be on each branch, right? Beautiful. That's incredible there. Now, this is the final touch. This is like getting your beauty sleep. Take a little tiny roll of light blue on the back side. Maybe even dark blue, because that's real bright. Get a little tiny roll of some dark blue. Yeah. Let me clean off that bottom bit. There we go. See, a bit darker. And that is your reflected light in the back. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call, I always want to call it a finished painting, but we'll add a trunk in this guy. How about give him some kind of slice there. Actually, I didn't like that. If you don't like it, just put your branch right back in. And play that right over top of it, so it looks like it's in there. See, I didn't like it. I'm gonna grab black and just kind of tap at it. Anyways, and we'll see how this side plays with us. Yeah, there we go. That one came out a bit better. And just a slight that, my friends, is a beautiful midnight sky. Black canvas, Bob Ross style, CLC paint original. Man, I love this painting right now. It looks so incredible on screen too. Usually that's the hard part. It doesn't look so good on screen. But it's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you want to join me on Patreon, we can do these kind of things together, even though we are now. You can stay here, but check out clcoilpainting.com. I'm going to be making a bunch of apparel like this with these kind of paintings on the shirts or on your hats or on your mugs, wherever. Check the description below. And until the future, ladies and gentlemen, keep painting. And I love you. And thank you. It was fantastic. We'll be back.